Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about following Jesus. Do you remember Simon Says? Do you remember how that game worked? That is one of my son's favorite games, and that's probably because his name is Simon. But you know the game. A leader is Simon, and he gives some type of directive. He wants someone to do something. So the leader would say, Simon says, touch your head. And again, you'd have to touch your head. But then the leader could say something like, hop on one leg. And if you did, you would be out. That's because the leader didn't say, Simon says. Now, today, people are striking out in life because they are doing what they want to do instead of what Jesus says. But the Bible is full of passages on the best way to live, and that is according to what Jesus says. This is what David wrote in Psalm 25, beginning in verse 8. The Lord is good and upright, therefore he shows sinners the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. All the Lord's ways show faithful love and truth to those who keep his covenant and decrees. Lord, for the sake of your name, forgive my iniquity, for it is immense. Who is the person who fears the Lord? He will show him the way he should choose. He will live a good life, and his descendants will inherit the land. David says, this is the Lord, and he is good and upright. In other words, God is perfectly trustworthy in everything. Nothing is out of God's understanding, power, authority, and scope. In other words, you can trust him. But don't miss what David says next. David writes, he leads the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. You may not know this, but I've been an executive coach for nearly 10 years now, and I've been a sports coach for nearly as long. In a matter of minutes, I can tell who is coachable and who is not. When a person is humble, they hunger for coaching. They hunger for correction and direction. They are concerned about leaning into their strengths and lessening the effects of their blind spots. But those who are too prideful, they don't want a coach because they don't think that they need a coach. They say, it's not what the coach says, it's what I say. How much more do we see this in the area of spiritual health and fitness? Most of us continually battle spiritual pride and say, sorry, Jesus, I appreciate your input, but it's what I say that goes. It's not what Jesus says today. But let's listen to David's words in verses 12 through 13. He says, who is the person who fears the Lord? God will show him the way, and he will live a good life. Now, David didn't say a perfect life. It's not a life free from trouble, but it's a life in the care, provision, and direction of the good Father. It is here you can't go wrong. So here's my challenge for you today. Say no to you and say yes to Jesus. Proverbs says that there is a way that seems right to a person, but it leads to death. This is never Jesus' way. Jesus says, follow me, and you will have the abundant life. This requires saying no to yourself. So today, say yes to Jesus, no matter where he asks or where he leads. Following Jesus is the best way to live a life of fulfillment and spiritual fitness. When we say yes to Jesus, we will win the day.